All right, here we are. First die goodies out of the dye vat, out of the dye bath, out of the dye, out of the stuff. I'm so excited. I'm having such a good time. I have missed dyeing. I think finally I have managed to reconnect with my dyeing juju. So what we have out of these are the single sheets, you know. I actually, in taking apart these two books, this dictionary and this hymnal, have managed to only have this much out of both books for single sheets. So not bad, right? Just a few. But you can kind of see there's the purple up there. It's very, very light. That's why I call it Blueberry Kisses. And, some minor grunge. This one's got some damages, but I think those just make them have character. Look at, there's one with a lot of purple on it, and it is darker than it looks on the camera, but it is pretty faint. You can see it in there where, and there, that one's pretty overall purple. But mostly we've just got subtle hints or kisses of color. So you can like see on this one, there's a hint there, all down in here. So that's kind of the coverage that I got. This is, I'm not dyeing a different way. I'm just trying some new things. So we'll look at the 24-pound last. And unfortunately, it's a little cloudy today. So even with the overhead light on and the windows open, not the best light today. So like I said, what we have are some hymnal pages and some collegiate dictionary pages with the pictures in them. So we'll go through the hymnal first, and you can see this has got nice hints of color on there. You can see up in here, over in here, and down the edge of this one page here. So I thought what we do is just try and maybe flip a little bit. Like you can see that one's got pretty good. But that's why I call it Blueberry Kisses. It's just kissed with color. There's some over in here. So this is a light coffee with the Blueberry Kisses. So there's signature or folio pages as they're called. Some purple up in here. So folio pages. Check that out. And then I'll turn it the other way. And some markings from, obviously don't have racks here, so we're layering the paper as it dries, which will give a different kind of marking. It's nice to go back to the old school. Not that I did not love my racks, but you just get different things going on. So, and then we'll turn it this way. This will be a short video. I'm just showing off the paper. There's pricing in the description box below. Look, there's kissed with color as well. And it is a little bit darker than what it's showing on your on at least my screen. Every screen's going to be different. This is just the first batch. I'm going to put in another batch tonight, either while dinner's cooking or after. And so when this is all finished, ready to sell, it's probably going to be maybe through the weekend and a little bit into next week. Kisses of color over here. So you can see the paper's light, but it does have markings on it. So it's like grunge light, I think. Is what I would describe. And the paper feels wonderful. After it came out of the dye bath, it's got a nice, I love touching the paper, molesting the paper, pre-molested paper for you. So look here. Let's see, maybe pull this out. You can see down the side and across here, a little bit up in here, very, very faint. So let's see. There we go. And then you can kind of see over in here, you've got the kiss of color going this way. So let's get this stacked up back right, and then we'll kind of take it through up in here. It's just a very fun. So this is the dictionary pages, and it's got all of the little, I love the ones because you can go through if you really are interested and just cut out the pictures. Now I have done that. I probably wouldn't do something like this if I were just going to go through and cut out the pictures, but I have coffee dyed and tea dyed dictionary pages before. And look, skeleton. There's a scuba diver. So I would coffee or tea dye it and then cut the pictures out. And depending on how the scraps came, I would save some of those as well, because they make good fun layering pieces, and you can cut out individual words. So let's flip it this way here and kind of take another. I don't have a way to really get the camera closer down easily at this time. I am looking, I need to get a new arm that I can clamp on that will give me more. This is all jerry rigged right now. There's a kiss up here of color. So a lot of the edges have it. It's just a nice light, very pretty purple. So they're both, I feel like when the pages, both the dictionary and the hymnal, they just feel nice. So, so that's that. And the quantities, they'll be available in the description box as well. So here's our first batch of 24-pound paper. And I have an iron and an ironing board. We did lucky to get one for free, a set. And so here we go. It's a very nice overall color. I think there's some light grunginess to it, but I'm not ironing, and there are some damages, like there's some wrinkling, minor wrinkling. There's a few torn edges or frayed corners. You can see it up in here. So as we go through, here we are flipping through the color, and we'll turn it around and go the other way. You can see the color is a lot around the edges, and sometimes it gets into the center. But so that's why I'm that one's a little grungier right there. Have a look at that for ta-da. So just some fun stuff going on. Let's line this back up and finish our flip. Oh, and look at, there's a nice grungy one there. And it is, like I said, a little bit darker than it appears on the. So if you want to request in advance a pack, that information is all down in the description box for you guys. I hope that you are having a lot of fun. Look, here's one. This one's got a nice grungy edge to it. Check that out. Oh, yeah. See, so here's kind of some of the damage we're talking about. You get a little damage right there. I think it gives the paper character. And you can see on this where the damage is here around the edge. There's just some spots here, but it gives it all character and makes it very fun. So, yeah, I think we've got good paper. I'm just showing all the edges. Some people like to see the edges of the paper, like that and like that. And then we'll do this side. And you can see, look, there's a kiss of color. That's nice. So, yeah, if you're interested in reserving a pack for yourself, these will be ready to mail out probably by the end of next week. Well, by the end of next week, because it's already coming out. And I have, and when I'm not ironing it, I have been pressing this under weight just so that it's easier to get into bags and ship if it's not all wild and woolly. So let me bring this back up here while I do my outro. And you can see we'll have more hymnal pages. You know, more's going in tonight. And so that'll be coming out. And I've kind of worked out the best way to when to flip it, when to go change it, all that stuff. And so here is some single sheets, and I'm sure there'll be more as we go through. But the first couple of books that I took apart, I got one had no single sheets. And then there were a few, the dictionary had none, which is a rare occurrence, I can tell you. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this sneak peek of the paper, and that you will, if you are so inclined, will place an order. So the prices are below, and then plus shipping to wherever your zip code is. Remember, I'm in North Carolina now, so the shipping it may be cheaper, or it may be a bit more for you, depending on how far away from North Carolina you guys are. So thanks if you have watched all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. I am so much enjoying getting into the process again, and really diving into the dye, and trying this new experiment has been very fun. So however you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Let me know what you think of the paper in the description box, and let me know how you guys are doing. I love hearing from you all, and I hope to hear from you again real soon. Bye, 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 bye. And that's going to be the end for us. I'm going to push that button. The end.